Hello, Chelsea fans. Welcome to the first live for the channel. Most of us are angry because we are not playing Champions League football, and the Champions League is ongoing. Chelsea Football Club, the best team and the only team in London to win the Champions League. We are not participating, but all the best. We will we will actually survive. We survived last season. So definitely we will survive this season. Chelsea can never give us heart attack, no matter what. There are so many updates about Chelsea Football Club. Some are good news, some are something that maybe is worth being worried about. Let's start with these plans by the Chelsea owner. Remember, we have okay. First of all, Chelsea are trying Chelsea are analyzing whether or not to redevelop Stamford Bridge on its current site or attempt to move the club to a new home, while the owners also want to add a Portuguese club to their multi-club portfolio. Remember, Chelsea, they they were looking for another opportunity like the one they have in Strasbourg. They want to include Sporting Lisbon in the list of multi-club portfolios. They want to have a stake in Sporting Lisbon, and the Sporting turned the offer down. They did not accept the offer, so they are still exploring. They are still exploring other possibilities, other options in Portugal. So they are considering whether to redevelop Stamford Bridge at this Fulham Road or to move it to a new home. Personally, I believe that Stamford Bridge is our home, and we have a tradition there. I don't see any reason or any necessity to move away from Stamford Bridge. The ground is our tradition. So if they have any intentions of redeveloping it, which it was rumored before, I guess they can still do it here. We can move to Wembley or any we can move to Wembley or any other temporary site while they work on the stadium. They're moving away from that Stamford Bridge. I don't think it is a wise decision because this Stamford Bridge is the only thing we can hold dear for now. Because it seems as though that everything about Chelsea has been taken away from us. They've sold everything, everyone in the club. They sold they even sold close to or more than half of the academy. So guys, what's your take on the potential break? So we are moving over to the story or the news behind Joao Felix. According to Fabrizio Romano, the feeling at Chelsea was that earlier in the window, Atletico Madrid will not accept a loan deal for Joao Felix. Chelsea decided against spending Chelsea decided against spending 70 to 80 million pounds on the deal on the financial side, and Mauricio Pochettino was never convinced. We had the opportunity to sign this guy permanently or even to retain him for another season, and he desperately wanted to stay. But Chelsea coming up with these flimsy excuses is not acceptable because we know the reason, the actual reason why Chelsea opted against Joao Felix. They were never convinced. It was reported that they were worried about his abilities off the ball, not just the amount, because you can't tell me that you are having a feeling that Atletico Madrid will not accept another loan deal when you've not even made approach for another loan deal. This is business. If you want the player, you ask Atletico Madrid, you find a common ground. There was a point that Joao Felix was ready to sign for any club at all, whether the club is in for Champions League or not, because Atletico Madrid doesn't want him, and we are coming up with these excuses that we don't know if Atletico Madrid would accept another loan. This excuse is so funny and hilarious. Believe me, we needed that Joao Felix in our attack with the absence of Christopher Nkunku, who is injury prone. By the way, I keep on saying this. Christopher Nkunku is injury prone. So it's not like we are having him back any moment or anytime soon. He won't be back till January. And when he comes back, how sure are we that we will not be getting what we are seeing with Mr. James? He might come back and still go back injured after a few games. So we need experienced, capable players. We need players in that position. Joao Felix was available, and last season he hit woodwork so many occasions. He was available. He was one of our best players last season. So you don't judge any player last season based on the performances we had last season, because last season was shambolic. Everybody, as for Thiago Silva, everybody played woefully. The club was in disarray. Everybody was confused. They don't know their left or their right. So players were confused. They don't know who is staying and who will be leaving. So you don't judge any player based on what happened last season. But from the few moments we saw, that Felix could have saved us lots of pains this season. Are we uh, oh, from this situation? That means Chelsea signs attackers based on what they can offer defensively, not what they can offer in the attack. Because this was exactly what happened between Chelsea and Kylian Mbappe. When Mbappe came to Chelsea as a youngster, Chelsea were convinced that Mbappe can cut it out offensively, but they were skeptical about his abilities off the ball. And this is the same reason why Chelsea refused to renew the contract of Joao Felix. Instead of Chelsea to focus on what the attacker can bring to the table offensively, they are focusing on what the attacker can bring to the table defensively. It is high time Chelsea change this system or this approach. If you are signing a defender, you sign him based on what he can offer you defensively. If you are signing a striker, sign a striker based on what he can offer offensively. Stop using a defensive attribute to judge a striker. If we continue on this path, trust me, our goal scoring woes will continue. We have so many opportunities to sign strikers in the summer, but we decided against signing a striker because we wanted to play without a traditional striker. And definitely for you to play without a striker, a traditional number nine, a pure out and out striker, for you to play in that system, then everybody in the team has to be prolific. Everybody in the team must be goal scorers, from the wingers to the midfielders to the defenders. You must be a threat in the set piece. Since the mic is off.